Hi, this video right here is informational. I have been very dissatisfied about a lot of things I have went through while living in St. Clair County area in Illinois. Now, St. Clair County consists of many areas like Cahokia, East.St. Louis, Sauget, Washington Park, Arlington, Collinsville, Caseyville, Fairview Heights, O'Fallon, DuPont, and the list goes on and on. Belleville, Swansea. The thing is that not all these places. It's just some things that had happened. Now, I'm going to particularly talk about this basketball player named Kevin Durant. I didn't even know him. Originally, I was always to be playing basketball all the time. You know, with Nelly them and Big Nell, which is Big Nell is Spud and Keywan father. And that's the first time I ever really had met him. And but like I said, everybody used to be playing basketball and hanging out and everything. Now, whether we're gonna leave, that's not the subject, but that's their father and my daughter, Michaela's father. Big Nell, he works for the federal government too. He's a federal employee. But the thing is that all the time this has been going on, you know, wasn't nobody really dealing with Kevin Durant. When I first met him, he seemed like he was okay. First, he used to just lie and tell people he was dating me, but he was actually dating someone else in the household named Desha. You know, so that was pretty much it. When his mom had met me, she was like, you know, doggone way, because his mom had came over and me and him had started talking briefly and everything. And I was already pregnant too. So when he lied and told his mom when I was pregnant, he was telling me he had sex. I said, how you have sex? You ain't had no sex with me. You know. And I said, oh, so I'm pregnant by you. I'm being sarcastic the whole time, you know. So his mom had started realizing it when she found out how I am. You know, I was being sarcastic. She said she really thought she knew that anyway because of the way I said and looked at him. But we're going to end it there. So time went on. Like I said, you know, he had burnt up my car, was stealing and doing all type stuff, coming over there, melting the food, doing everything. You know, I had some kids over there spending the night. Now, I don't know who let him in. He came there and peed all on those kids and on my boys. And he was just doing all type trifling stuff. LeBron James coming over there, turning up stuff, which he paid for. Yes, he did. He paid for what he tore up and plus the labor. You know, and I didn't even know LeBron James. I had no idea why he was doing. I found out LeBron James was dealing with Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry them the whole time. Okay, he's being nosy, he's doing this, he's doing that, along with along with Kevin Durant. As I had told you all, in the 70s, I was a kidnapped child and had ended up this way. And that's how I started meeting people and some of those individuals in the federal government at that time. But you know what? Neither say or nay, and all the hardships and pain and hurt I done went through, I will never change any of my children for the world. You know, love my babies. You know, I gave birth to 9 kids, okay? And I love all my kids. You know, but I got to go into detail with my children. This right here is about Kevin Durant and LeBron James. Now, and Draymond Green. Like I said originally, I was teaching Draymond Green how to play basketball. I taught him well. He had stuff counting back. I said, who teaching y'all all that stuff? That's wrong. This. And Kevin Durant had started hanging around, asking me what I showed him. Oh, okay, he didn't. After a while, he didn't seem like a nuisance at that time. Then he became jealous, and I had got Draymond Green a basketball because he had. Then he put Draymond. He snatched it from him, punching holes in it, and just kept dogging out Draymond Green as if Draymond Green was his girlfriend or this. Because every time Draymond Green would meet women. Girls, when he was growing up, Kevin Durant was always jealous, you know, and I'm like, why is you know, going through all that? Why is your mom letting him do all that to you, you know? So we're going to leave that right there. And this has to be told. Kevin Durant knew the whole time I don't have any children by him. I've been trying to figure out all the time, how in the world is you hooked on me? But like I told you all, that man that was part of my kidnapping in the 70s, they was calling Ron. The one Patrick Dempsey knew real good and all of them, that was Nicolas Cage. Don't know who I'm talking about too. And he was coming to find out he was giving Kevin Durant money too. Kevin Durant kept trying to play it off like me and Hill was cool and doing all this other stuff, you know. But we wasn't. So as time went on, and make along, he was always coming around uninvited. You know, wasn't nobody studying him. Wouldn't nobody even say his name. And every now and then I talk to him just a little bit to see where his head at, to only find out he was, you know, on a bunch of bull the whole time. You know, it really wasn't even worth the trouble. So, next thing you know, a lot of things had started happening. Him and a couple of his friends started stealing from me, climbing in out my windows, and a couple of guys had got caught and all this type stuff. So Kevin Durant hanging around, you know, basically think he's protecting himself. Okay? Because he didn't care about the situation or yet care about him himself being caught. He only was concerned about himself being caught. Okay? Now, when all this other stuff was going on, the one who actually supposed to went to the NBA was LeBron James and Draymond Green. Wasn't nobody interested in Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant lied and stole Draymond Green paperwork and told me they must have lost this and all this other stuff, and them people didn't lose it. Okay? So anyway, we're gonna put that right there. So as time had went on, like I said, I the one told, you know, about playing the Olympics basketball team. I mean, I knew all that type of stuff, pointed everybody to the right directions, you know. So, but anyway, next thing I know, time went on. He started following me around. I'm going to talk to my husband, Usher, which is Terry. We've been married, for over 30 years. And our first child is, you know, the entertainer, rapper Bow Wow. You know. Our kid's name is, you know, that's Lil Terry. Then I have Dior. Then I have a son by Chris Brown, Lil Chris. I have my daughter Jashira, my daughter Michaela, and 3 of my other children. Well, 4 actually got kidnapped, but we straightened all this stuff out. It's just the point of one that Usher supposed to found me and his other child. He's saying that's it's supposed to be out, so it's just the point of getting the DNA, because he attempted to do some stuff, DNA, and then come back as neither one of us. But we found out that Nipsey now was cool with the mailman in East.St. Louis, Illinois, and they were taking people mail and messing with DNA tests and doing all that type of stuff. To a lot of things had called up to the right agencies who ran tests. Not everybody got messed around. You know, it was just that particular, and then somebody else lied and went and did a DNA test on another little girl with this man named Larry Greenlee in 2008, and it wasn't even me. It wasn't even him. You know. But anyway, let me go on with Kevin Durant. So I pull up Kevin Durant just steady talking mess and talking about people was talking about doing something to this guy named Jerome Harold Washington, and they call him J-Ro. And the reason was being these men are going around, they are child predators. They convey and mess over women and children or anybody. And it really don't make no sense. Some of these individuals weren't doing that stuff. But for some odd reason, they just had something to prove to Kevin Durant. Like, I guess they just weren't no good and started hanging with him and felt like it was okay. I don't know. Those other women he hang with, I'm not even going to try to, you know, make sense of what they did, because there is no sense to it. They were well aware of it. You know, even this one particular time I was paying on my insurance. And this State Farm up on Lincoln Trail in Fairview Heights, Illinois, those people took my money and put it on somebody else's account. When I called and complained, you know, they still didn't even want to straighten it out. You know, and it has something to do with Kevin Durant and this young lady they called Shantae. Everybody know who Shantae is. She called herself related to Conzo Martin. Y'all seen the photos. She just as tall as Conzo. Him and Shantae Martin had always been doing stuff together, even to the point when I had the opening to The Incredibles at Marcus 15 in O'Fallon, Illinois, and there was some other women up there from the WNBA and some women that was playing college basketball and so forth. They know who I am. So people up there taking pictures and we giving away stuff for the movie, and then it was a whole lot of other stuff that was going on. And the news crew came up there, Channel 2, and Nelly was up there. He didn't even supposed to been up there, and all this other stuff. So let me go ahead and finish this.